So you're dieting, you're getting leaner, but you don't look as good. I remember the other day, Chris Bumstead posted a picture of him like 4 weeks out looking jacked and awesome. And then like a week out looking flat and terrible. Well, terrible for Chris Bumstead is everyone else's dream. Let me explain to you how or if you cannot be flat while dieting. Boom! Boom! What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. Let's talk about dieting and looking flat. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you're in this like maintenance mode, I hate maintenance because maintenance doesn't exist. You either grow or you shrink. Your body doesn't do that. Your body just doesn't maintain. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. That's not how the human body works, in my humble opinion. However, you look at these people who are dieting, getting ready for a show, and it really messes with your mind. Okay, like you're looking in the mirror and you're getting leaner, your body fat's coming down, your numbers are where they need to be, and you feel like you're losing muscle because you look flat. When you flex, you don't have the pop, you don't have the striations, you don't have that full muscle, right? That full look, you're depleted. And that's the answer. You're depleted. To diet down, you have to be in a caloric deficit. To be in a caloric deficit, you generally have to cut carbohydrate. Carbohydrate will decrease your muscle glycogen. Muscle glycogen and carbohydrate, that draws fluid into the muscle. When you eat carbohydrate, it draws fluid with it, and that creates that full look. So if your body's burning through all the carbs you're eating because you're in a hypocaloric state, eating less calories than you burn, that means that you're gonna be flat. And when you're flat, boy, it will play with your mind. You could be in your best weight ever, best shape ever, but you're just not looking, you're not popping. Now, that's why bodybuilders do something called carbing up before a bodybuilding show. By carbing up, they deplete down and then they refill their glycogen stores. And there's ways to do that where you're refilling it. You can actually go above 100%, meaning what it normally would be full, by being in full depletion. But this video is not about that. It's about how when you're dieting, to not look as depleted. And the answer is, like it or not, if you're dieting down to really low body fat, you're gonna look flat. You're not gonna feel the best. And the reason is to get the body fat off, you have to be hypocaloric. And once you get leaner and leaner and leaner, your body burns through all the nutrients, you're gonna be flat. It is what it is. There are ways to periodically get rid of that or alleviate that or mitigate that. And the ways are through strategic refeeds. Now, what we will do on most of my diets is when I see my clients at marklobliner.com is my coaching site. They'll diet. All right, we're losing. And then we'll have periodic refeeds based on how they look and what their weight's doing. I don't have a system or a method for that. I go by this. This is from 20 plus years of coaching thousands and thousands of people. A lot of coaches don't do that because they just don't have the experience. As my good friend Chris Gethin says, knowledge without mileage is bullshit. So essentially experience trumps all. But at the end of the day, that's one way. But you refeed, you look great the next morning. By the time you work out, boom, you burnt up all the glycogen and all the glucose and you're flat again. That's very transient. One way to also do this is a diet break. A diet break is after an extended period of dieting, when you hit a fat loss plateau, a lot of reasons is your thyroid, your ghrelin, your leptin, those are all messed up and they've decreased because your body has adapted to those new calories, that new level of intake. So what will happen is, what I do is I immediately bump your calories up. It's not a reverse diet. A reverse diet is to get out of a show. A diet break, essentially one day, boom, your calories will go up to at maintenance or slightly above. For a lot of people dieting, that's going to be 50 to 60% more calories, more carbs, more fat, sometimes more protein than you were eating. Okay, so that's immediate. And then we start from there, and it's about a 5 to 7 day time period that data or research has demonstrated will help to reset all those hormones. So a diet break is key. I don't know any good coach who's not recommending diet breaks or talking about them, from Lane to everybody else. They're talking about them on their YouTube channels, on their Instagrams, on their TikToks. Diet breaks are a thing. But other than that, there's really not much you could do. you're just going to be flat, and until you're done in the diet phase and you start reverse dieting, or you take a diet break, you'll see a 1 to 2 week decrease in the flatness. You're just going to be flat. So one thing I like to do is I do like to take supplements that encourage your body to absorb, basically have better blood flow, deliver nutrients to the muscle cells, and to increase your training experience, also draw water into your muscle cells. And that's why I make something called MTS Nutrition Expansion. Now, Expansion has some cool stuff. Hydromax, which is glycerin, helps to draw water, hydration in the muscle cells. But then you also have supplements like L-citrulline at a whopping 6-gram dose, norvaline, all those things, betaine for strength, that helps to increase the blood flow, nutrient delivery, to give you that pump, that vasodilation, that, as it was talking about MRI, which is a brand back in the day, hemodilation, which I think is a made up word. I don't even know if we use it anymore, but that's what they called blood flow, or blood, filling your blood, your muscles with blood and fluid and all that. And that's where a good pump product will help out. Another thing is to time your carbohydrate around training. So if you have 100 grams of carbohydrate a day, eat most of that in the pre and post workout window. So maybe you have, I like to eat outright bars pre and post workout. This bad boy right here. So, I mean, what I would do is have an outright bar pre and post. It's about 60 grams of carbs, gives you 40 left over for the day. There's your 100 grams of carbs. By having the carbs around training, you're basically giving your body that glucose. Now, I will warn you, it's not going to work that well, because if you're that depleted, you eat that outright bar, even with the healthy fats, the protein, and the carbs, about 30 minutes into training, you're going to flatten out again because you just burned through all your glycogen. So at the end of the day, there are ways to mitigate being flat, but I mean, I'm not going to make you promises I can't keep. While my products are great, I recommend taking them. It'll help your workouts and help everything, help your gains. It's not going to mitigate diet. At the end of the day, if you're hypocaloric, you're going to be flat. Get used to it and just look at the light at the end of the tunnel, or light at the end of the rainbow, or whatever the hell that thing goes. Just realize that your long-term goal is more important than your short-term goal. And this applies to very few people. A lot of people watch my channel are overweight and want to lose weight and get the best shape of your life. You don't have to worry about being flat. You have to worry about not dying from being fat. This is for that small percentage of the population that is getting ready for a show or wants to look extra good for a photo shoot or the beach, but that's who it's for. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Please comment down below. Expansion available at tigerfitness.com. I have to throw this out, man. We sell Ghost at tigerfitness.com. This is a Swedish fish. Love these things. Outright bars. Go to Tiger Fitness. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell, and of course, remember, that's not a game. The best booster isn't a shot. It's your natural immune system. Every time we step out into the world, we are attacked by viruses that do their best to break down our defenses. Vita helps solve this problem. Vita contains proven antiviral replication supplements and Imulina to ensure that your body is primed to defend itself against foreign invaders. Don't go another day unprotected. Get your Vita today.